All right, here he is.
Okay, great.
Recording in progress. Remember, when you're recording, always be in progress, because recording is not just life, it's a lifestyle. Touré, the first name in life.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Would you murder me if I said, can you like make a little song like right now?
I mean, I could try. I mean, I'm not very good at it, but
Yeah, right.
I mean, if
Yeah, sure. You're not very good at it. Yeah, I've seen your work.
well, I mean, we could do like maybe oh, you know what? I wonder if this is working. We could do this will be an interesting experiment. Let's see. I haven't opened it in a while, but I believe we've got, let's see, is it there? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. I think the mic is down here, so let's try it. Nope.
Is that an iPad?
Yeah. We're gonna see if this works. Okay, yeah, this might work. Oh wow. Why did it do that? Oh, actually that works. Okay. It was a mistake, but it works. Okay, anyways, let's see if we can hear this. Okay, ready? Okay, now you ready? How about now? Okay, so, okay, cool. All right, here we go. Think what you know, and it's about a time when you get yourself in we are. What can you say? What you the things about you gonna think to leave so on that love. I wanna know some of the things she's I think about everyone you need. I hold it, things are moving real now. I have seen you wanting you. Hey. Come up just getting alone in you. It's just done it. So the love getting on it. Yeah. Something like that.
That was amazing. Where did you go right then? Because those weren't words. That was like that was just scatting, right? I mean, I thought I heard words.
Yeah.
But it sounded like sounds and like.
Yeah, they're just like lyrical approximations. That's just kind of because I'm not. Sometimes I feel words, but I have to be in a zone where I'm like, I feel like I got the clear space, to like make cogent thoughts. I mean, like on my comedy special Spatial, the last one that I did on Netflix, there's a song on there called I was like, oh, this is a song about apples. I was just like bullshitting. I was like, here's a song about apples, and then I just kind of did a basic baseline like I did there, and then it just turned into this whole song about accepting your sexuality and loving people and like all of these things. Like, but it came out of nowhere. But it's like fully cogent, full lyrics the whole time. So sometimes lyrics come pretty easily, and I can just kind of flow something interestingly. And sometimes it's a mix, it's a hybrid of like just a bunch of gibberish and then like some real phrases, or then sometimes it's just like fully gibberish, or sometimes it's me doing a fake version of some Latin-based language.
I was thinking about your whole thing, and like we're talking about your music, but there's also your comedy, which is also really interesting. Within your comedy, you don't mind the audience being uncomfortable. It's that Andy Kaufman sort of school of like, maybe you're like, thrown off, or there's a weird pause where you're like, where is he going with? And like, I mean, when I get on stage, I don't want the audience to be uncomfortable, because then I'm like thrown off. If you're
Sure.
like, you're in that space of those people who are like, yeah, I want you to be uncomfortable now, and then I'll pull you back, and I'm like, where do you get the confidence to be comfortable with them being uncomfortable?
Yeah, right. I think I like when people are thrown off, because I guess on one hand, it's because when I was introduced to absurdity when I was young, I loved not knowing what the hell was going on. Like as a kid, when Monty Python came on, when what was it? Monty Python, The Holy Grail, that opening sequence where you hear the horse, the horse galloping, and then there's just a hillside, and then you start to see like, oh, here comes a king with his crown, and then as it's revealed, oh, he's not on a horse at all. He's just like acting like he's on a horse. And then there's some dude with an overly way too huge backpack that's just knocking two coconut halves together to make the sound of the horse. And that floored me as a kid, because that completely subverts the expectation, 180%. And so I think that feeling, and also the kind of trickster mentality of an Andy Kaufman type, or of Victor Borga or someone like that, that's just doing this style of absurdity that constantly makes you go, oh, I think this is gonna oh, that didn't happen at all. This did. So I like the feeling. It also unifies the audience. Like for me, I like it when they're uncomfortable, because I know I can do music, and I know I can do something that will bring them back together. It'll bring the room together. So I like to play with those two capabilities. So I like to stretch people's expectations to a limit where they're just like, I fucking give up. I can't do this anymore. So and I love that space, because I'm just like, okay, cool. Now I got you, so I just needed to do that, kind of scramble some shit up so that you guys, are like, I don't know what, and then I'll like go, here's a really cute song. Oh, that's really nice. And then now what's happening? Why did you do? So I like the performance art aspect mixed with it's like benevolent, chaos,
Yeah.
that's a better word for it, but just kind of like a benevolent pranksterism, like I like that. Like I have your best interest at heart. I'm just being silly and weird, like a Willy Wonka type, because it's like, I don't want you to know. I don't want you to like grab onto something and go, oh, I get what it, because then if I start to feel that way, then I feel like I'm letting myself down. So I got to be just as unexpected for myself as I am for the audience.
That like, I have to be as unexpected for myself as for the, like if it's a constant period of discovery for you and excitement for you, then it's really gonna crackle and be awesome. That's an amazing sort of ethos as a performer. Like I want it to be exciting for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like that's, it's funny. I was at a jam night the other night, and killing players, like ill, like amazing. But when I was doing kind of improvised kind of jam funk nights in Seattle, my whole thing was, I always told the band, I was like, we got to make sure that these songs should feel like they were written. These songs, we should try to have an A section, a B section, a hook, obviously, and then a C section, and then come back to some kind of a hook, and then finish strong, finish intentionally. And and when I was at this particular night, they were just, taking really long solos, and everybody got their shot. Everybody took their turn, and I'm like, that's cool, but for the audience, that's not quite as interesting. Like it's better when you're doing a show from the perspective of yourself and the audience. What's the show that you want to be seeing right now? Like, and that's kind of where I've always come from, because I want to know that the audience is taken care of. I'm not just going to be fucking around and trying to waste people's time. I want to be engaging, and I want to include them energetically or even directly sometimes.
Do you practice?
No.
No. you're beyond practice?
I don't know if I'm beyond practice.
I mean, I know you're a serious musician. You've studied, you've played, you've been in tons of bands. And like at this point, you're like, I don't need to practice. I'm like, I could just go out there and just be me.
I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a part of how I perform. I like to be the least prepared possible for the situation. I don't want to know, like when people invite me on shows sometimes, like like let's say it's some kind of a TV show, like I'm a guest on an episode of a reality thing or something. The producers will call and they'll like go through this huge list of like what to expect and everything. And it's like, I really don't need any of that stuff. All I need to do is just show up, go to makeup, and then as I'm walking, they'll go like, "Here's the first thing you're gonna do," and I'll be like, "Okay, cool." I don't need all that information, and a lot of times I don't even retain it, because it doesn't make it as fun for me. I like the challenge of figuring out what is the context of the situation, what is my role within the situation, and I'll make it rock. I'll do the best I can in that situation, but it only works for me when I feel like I can do whatever I need to do, but everyone trusts that what I'm going to do is going to be in service of the show.